Going on, Jerome's? We are back. We are tanned. We are certainly not rested, but we are back from the undisclosed location, ready to get back after it. And something that the Vikings are going to get after is replacing Kirk Cousins. So they signed Slinging Sam Darnold, 1 year, $10 million deal, as well as signed up drafted J.J. McCarthy, the highest drafted quarterback in franchise history, number 10 overall. And yes, a lot of people and their mom more interested in J.J. McCarthy because he is the future. When's he going to take over? But the present could indeed be Slinging Sam Darnold. Now, Darnold, former number 3 overall pick, certainly has his bona fides and certainly has that draft pedigree. And Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell love them, the mama I can change him type players, but I believe in Sam Darnold, and for all the reasons why it could work out with J.J. McCarthy, it certainly could work out with Sam Darnold as well. And even that $10 million deal, which he's the 21st highest paid quarterback in the league, that's a damn good bargain. And with McCarthy on his rookie deal, frankly, the Vikings do have that competitive advantage of having their starting quarterback composite on a very cheap deal. So Vikings can take advantage of that by weathering the storm of some dead cap hits this year, as well as going big game hunting for agency next year, whether Darnold's here or not. I'm pretty excited. And ESPN's Jeremy Fowler also has some thoughts on the Vikings and Darnold and his $10 million deal. This is from On 3. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reported Darnold, who signed a 1-year deal with the team for $10 million, is in line to get all the opportunity to lead the Vikings this year. Essentially, the Vikings will make do on their investment. So while that's going on, McCarthy will be developed behind the veteran. Quote, now you got the Vikings, a little bit different situation because they got Sam Darnold. They believe there's untapped potential there, and he can let it rip in 2024, Fowler said on SportsCenter. Never had a supporting cast quite like this. The talent is there, quote, so they can develop J.J. McCarthy behind the scenes. Incrementally give him more and more in a high-volume passing attack will be the long-term starter. But Darnold, they paid him $10 million a year. They believe they're gonna get their money's worth. So that's key. Now, I am a Buffett adjacent value investor. Make sure you get that last puff out of that cigar that you find on the ground. Although I always found that a little bit weird. But that's more Ben Graham stuff. But yes, the Vikings getting their money's worth. I think that the Vikings do plan to redshirt J.J. McCarthy, and Kevin O'Connell, he's got a lot of faith in Sam Darnold. I mean, he's been there. He was also ruined by the Jets, and also Josh McCown got to see him up close and personal in New York as well, and it hasn't worked out. But going back to USC, he was seen as a potential number 1 overall guy. I mean, that year, Baker went 1, Josh Allen went 7, Josh Rosen went 10, Lamar Jackson went 32. But other than that, obviously didn't work out with the Jets, obviously didn't work out with the Panthers. I do think that his 1 year of a backup role in San Francisco, a very competent team with actual weapons and grown-up adult coaching, I think that will do wonders for him. And I do believe in Darnold this year. And I do think that the Vikings will get their money's worth because, coming into camp, it is going to be McCarthy's. McCarthy's going to get all the highlights and all the hype and all the fan interest, but it is going to be Darnold's show. And, hell, it could be Nick Mullen's show as well. But I think as of right now, Darnold's probably, 90% to be your week 1 starter because obviously there's stuff that happens, knocking on all the wood, hopefully not. But absent McCarthy just coming in and during this 6-week interregnum, break before training camp, he just digests the entire playbook and just comes out slinging piss missiles all over the place and rising like a phoenix. Absent that, I think it's going to be Sam Darnold's gig. And I think it'll be his throughout the season. And even though the Vikings, yes, I mean, they do have a tougher than average looking schedule, especially at the beginning, absent Darnold just looking like ass, thank you, I don't think that you're going to see J.J. McCarthy. And hell, it could even be a spot too where they're so committed to having McCarthy sit and they don't want to put him into a bad situation. If the Vikings start out very poorly, it's not all going to be Sam Darnold. There's going to be other dysfunction because his team is too talented. But if that's the case, why would they want to just throw McCarthy to the wolves if the offense isn't performing as well as it could be due to various reasons, and letting him David Carr himself, for lack of a better term, right? So I think that even if even if Darnold is asked thank you, maybe it'll be Nick Mullins for J.J. McCarthy. Who really knows? But I actually don't think that would happen. And I think that Darnold would be in the running for comeback player of the year on the old parameters, not the new ones. So I think that he definitely has a chance to be the most improved player. And I think that he does have a golden opportunity here to really pan out on that potential. And the Vikings may have gotten a steal for $10 million. And best case scenario, Darnold plays well enough where there's significant trade interest in him next offseason. The Vikings can franchise tag him and then turn around and trade him for a little bit of something. So I think that's the best of both worlds, especially given right now the quarterback class coming up doesn't really look up to the caliber of this year's class. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, I think that there's reason for optimism with Darnold, and beyond just my own, purple Kool-Aid. I think legitimately Sam Darnold is going to do some very good things. And $10 million, hell yeah. That's right, baby. But your thoughts are thoughts. Why the Vikings going to be getting crazy value out of Sam Darnold? Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.